Halloween slayed, but now it's...
Mariah Carey, the undisputed queen of Christmas, presents a life that seems like a modern-day fairy tale. But behind the 5-octave range and the sold-out world tours, whispers are growing louder about the lives of her and Nick Cannon's twins, Monroe and Moroccan. While the world sees adorable family photos and lavish birthday parties, a more complex and potentially troubling picture is beginning to emerge. What is really going on inside the gilded cage of Mariah Carey's family? And are her twins paying a steep price for her monumental fame? The story, it seems, is far more twisted than you could ever imagine. It's been said that being born into the blinding glare of fame is both a blessing and a curse. And for Monroe and Moroccan Cannon, this couldn't be more true. From the moment they were born on their parents' 3rd wedding anniversary, they were thrust into a world of flashing cameras and red carpets. Their childhood has been anything but normal. A whirlwind of private jets, designer clothes, and extravagant holidays. From the Great Wall of China to Aspen. While most kids were playing in the park, the Carey Cannon twins, affectionately dubbed Dem Kids, were making headlines. But this life of unimaginable luxury comes at a cost. Reports claim that every moment is carefully curated for public consumption. Every smile a potential headline. They are living under a microscope, with the immense pressure to uphold the legendary Mariah Carey brand. But that was only the beginning of their extraordinary story. Mariah's larger-than-life persona isn't just for the stage. It's a 24/7 reality that shapes every aspect of her children's lives. Insiders have suggested that her parenting style is as extra as her iconic vocal range. She's confessed to wanting to be a cool mom, even quoting Mean Girls by saying, "I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom." This has meant incredible, once-in-a-lifetime experiences, like joining her on stage during her Christmas concert series. But it also means living up to the expectations of a mother who is a global icon. There are whispers that this has created an environment where perfection is the only option, and the pressure to perform, both on and off camera, is immense. It's a life where your mother's fame dictates your every move, and what happened next only added another layer of complexity. Adding to this complex dynamic is their father, Nick Cannon. While Mariah provides a world of curated opulence, Nick's life is a whirlwind of a different kind. With a dozen children from multiple women, his household is a stark contrast to Mariah's. The twins are reportedly shuttled between 2 vastly different universes. One where they are the undisputed stars of the show, and another where they are just 2 of 12 siblings. Rumors have circulated for years about how the twins truly feel about their father's ever-expanding family. Nick himself has acknowledged the unique situation, stating his kids' lives are far from normal. How they navigate the emotional whiplash of these 2 opposing worlds remains a subject of intense speculation. Recently, Monroe Cannon has been stepping further into the spotlight, and the world is watching her every move. At just 14, she has already made her modeling debut for the children's brand Oshkosh Bigosh and has a growing presence on social media. On the surface, it looks like she's following in her mother's famous footsteps. Mariah has said her daughter is into music and has a really beautiful tone, but sources close to the family have raised questions. Is this Monroe's own dream, or is she being pushed into a career she didn't choose? The speculation online is rampant, with reports claiming she's being groomed to be a future pop star, with fans debating whether she is being molded into a mini Mariah, destined to carry on the family legacy, whether she wants to or not. While Monroe embraces the limelight, her twin brother Moroccan often seems to take a more reserved role. In public appearances, he is frequently quieter and less eager to play to the cameras. This has led to a flurry of online speculation about his place within the famous family. Is he simply shy, or is there something more going on beneath the surface? He's found his own outlet, streaming video games on Twitch, but even that hasn't been without parental interruption. The dynamic between the twins is a subject of intense fascination, with many wondering about the challenges of growing up as the less-seen sibling in the shadow of a global superstar and a budding star sister. The family's recent Halloween celebrations have only added fuel to the fire. With Mariah, the twins were in Japan, dressed in adorable, family-friendly, kawaii-inspired costumes, a picture-perfect image of cuteness and innocence. Mariah sported a long, pink pigtailed wig and a frilly outfit, while her teens wore comfortable animal onesies. Days earlier, they were with their father, Nick, at Knott's Scary Farm in California, taking in the scares and thrills. Nick posted that his kids love scaring the poop emoji out of themselves. The contrast was jarring and seemed to perfectly encapsulate the duality of their lives. Was this just innocent holiday fun? Or was it a reflection of the two very different worlds they are forced to navigate? The internet is filled with whispers and rumors about what really goes on when the cameras are off. There are unverified reports of immense pressure and hidden struggles. Accusations have surfaced from anonymous sources claiming that the twins' public image is meticulously controlled and that their seemingly perfect lives are far from reality. Mariah has admitted that it's hard to keep them grounded when they can have anything they want. This has led to public criticism of her parenting, with some calling her irresponsible for allowing her young children to make expensive online purchases. These are, of course, just observations from the outside, but they paint a potentially disturbing picture of a childhood spent in the service of a global brand. The history of Hollywood is littered with the stories of celebrity, children who have struggled to find their own identity under the immense weight of their parents' fame. The pressures of growing up in the public eye can be crushing, leading to a host of well-documented problems in adulthood. As Monroe and Moroccan navigate their teenage years, the world watches and wonders what their future will hold. Mariah herself has acknowledged the difficulties, saying, "It's a hard kind of life. Will they be able to forge their own paths? Or will they forever be defined by the towering legacy of Mariah Carey and the unconventional family structure created by Nick Cannon?" The family's recent Halloween celebrations have only added fuel to the fire. With Mariah, the twins were in Japan, dressed in adorable, family-friendly kawaii costumes, a picture-perfect image of cuteness and innocence. Days later, they were with their father, Nick, at a horror-themed amusement park, reveling in scares and thrills. The contrast was jarring and seemed to perfectly encapsulate the duality of their lives. Was this just innocent holiday fun? Or was it a carefully orchestrated PR move designed to project two very different and perhaps conflicting narratives about their upbringing? The internet is filled with whispers and rumors about what really goes on when the cameras are off. There are unverified reports of immense pressure, hidden struggles, and the psychological toll of living a life that is not entirely their own. Fans online are constantly dissecting their every public appearance, searching for clues about their true feelings. Accusations have surfaced from anonymous sources claiming that the twins' public image is meticulously controlled and that their seemingly perfect lives are far from reality. These are, of course, just rumors, but they paint a disturbing picture of a childhood spent in the service of a global brand. The history of Hollywood is littered with the stories of celebrity children who have struggled to find their own identity under the immense weight of their parents' fame. The pressures of growing up in the public eye can be immense, leading to a host of well-documented problems in adulthood. As Monroe and Moroccan navigate their teenage years, the world watches and wonders what their future will hold. Will they be able to forge their own paths? Or will they forever be defined by the towering legacy of Mariah Carey and the unconventional family structure created by Nick Cannon? As the world continues to be captivated by the seemingly perfect lives of Mariah Carey's twins, we are left to wonder, are they truly happy, or are they simply playing the part that has been written for them since birth? Will they thrive in the spotlight they were born into, or will the cracks in this gilded cage eventually begin to show? The truth is likely far more complex than any of us can imagine, and only time will reveal the real story of Monroe and Moroccan canon. What do you think is really going on behind the scenes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more hidden stories from the world of Hollywood.